All right, we back in Alchemist Lab again, man. And today, we're gonna be reading from Qabbalistic Magick, Talisman Songs, Elements, and the Practice of High Ritual. I read out this book before, plenty of different times. I got a couple videos on it already. But we're gonna do a couple. I just wanna go back over the Kavvanah and magical intention, because you know, with me studying all this, like for real, and you know, being truly set apart from people that, you know, just try to get likes and views. You know, I'm glad I respect this. You know what I mean? And you know, of course, I've been doing and working on a whole lot of other things, but I want to get back into this, you know, because I feel like because I've been listening to some interviews, and you know, one guy was talking about the same thing, like how this oversaturation of false information due to the internet. You got people doing stuff wrong. You got people teaching the wrong things. You got people blaspheming different things. You got people, you know, that just don't really have the true gnosis when it comes to different stuff. You know, get these different podcasters that come on and shit. You know what I'm saying just random shit. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about at all. You know, industry plants. You know what I'm saying? People who don't really have a real true study in this, or real true, how do I put it? You know, it's not. You can tell when somebody is meant to do something. So, you know what I'm saying? Somebody, it just, you know, they just flow with it. You see what I'm saying? Instead of, you know, adding all type of different, just stupid shit to different stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? That it just don't make sense. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and read through this book. This is chapter 6, the Kavvanah, magical intention. You know, intention is all the art of ritual magic. So I want to go ahead and get into this, and we're gonna also get into the ethics of different things. Because like I said, people do stuff wrong. People, you know, because right now, man. And what I mean, well, let me go back to that. What I mean by wrong is, like, you know, it's okay to add your own stuff to it, but like the outrageous stuff, you know, like it's the best way I can describe. It's like what Pope Rooney was talking about. There's a documentary Pope Rooney made. You know, people, where you talk about, you know, in the intro of that documentary, you talk about how people just take stuff and just add stuff to stuff, and without respecting the original tradition. You know what I mean? Like, and going back to what I was saying, like, it's okay to put your own thing into it. If you have, I don't know, you know, if you gotta do certain prayers at 3, 6, and 9 o'clock, you know you're not gonna make all 3 of them. You know what I mean? It's okay if you make one. You know, it's the, you know, it's just certain. Y'all know what I mean by that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just certain people telling you know, I wouldn't put me personally, you know, me being because I've been practicing the magic of King Solomon for about, man, it's been going 12, 13 years now. And I like to say, man, I'm proud of myself for actually respecting this, and like actually having, ironically, the wisdom to actually do this. You see what I'm saying? And not go off of every wind of doctrine. You see what I'm saying? And just saying stuff, you know, but on to what we was doing, man. What we was talking about, what we about to do in this book. Excuse me. But in the following chapters, you will find many spells, charms, and instructions for making amulets and talismans. And later in this book, you will find advanced invocations and rituals to activate this ancient magic. However, it is not enough to recite the words and perform the actions described. In order to cause a magical effect, you must recite and perform with Kavvanah, which is magical intention. Kavvanah is a fundamental principle of Qabbalistic magic, and it's Kabbalah with a Q. But there's different Kabbalahs with a C, Kabbalah with a K. There's three different kinds. Kavvanah is the fundamental principle of Qabbalistic magic. Although it is not easy to translate into English, the dictionary definitions are intention, meaning, concentration, devotion. In Kabbalistic literature, Kavvanah means all of them. In order to cause any magical effect, you must create a thought form and do so with specific intention and concentration. You then must empower it with emotion and devotion. The secret of magic is not to do the most complex rituals, but to bring forth from within the emotion and feeling of magical power when it is needed. To be able to direct your attention with concentration and devotion onto a specific aim and call down divine power is what the ancient Kabbalists called Kavvanah. There is an ancient text called Chapter About the Kavvanah according to the ancient Kabbalists, written at the end of the 13th century. I was about to say ancient text, but that's medieval, but it's cool. Describing the development and use of Kavvanah. So, magical intention is Kavvanah. That's what Kavvanah basically means. Chapter about Kavvanah according to the ancient Kabbalists with commentary. Whoever fixes something in his mind with perfect fixation will find that the essence will return to him. Or you turn into what you tune into. It's just like, you know, when you really get into this stuff, you know, this ain't no play shit. This ain't no play shit. This ain't no, you know, play shit. What I mean by that is like, you know, shit that's on the fucking internet, you know. I like me, man, I think I might make a video on this too. I use the internet like it's like I'm still fucking 8 years old, not on no childish shit. You know what I mean by 8 years old? It's like, let me say this, I still use the internet like it's 1998. Let me put it that way. You know, I'm not like constantly scrolling through my phone. I do not give a fuck about that fucking phone. I do not give a fuck about like what's going on in like the world, the ways of the world, basically. And that's where this comes into. You know, going back to what I was saying, what it says here, whoever fixes something in his mind with perfect fixation will find that the essence will turn to him. You turn into what you turn into. So that's why you got this influx of fake spiritual people, fake practitioners in this, fake, just overall fake, just overall fake, just overall just fake. They don't live this, they don't do this. It's just more internet banter, you know. So their Kavvanah, their intention or their concentration, and what it says, their meaning, their intention, their concentration, their devotion is basically, it's not to, you know, and see, I respect all different mythologies and religions and stuff. Religion, you know, and then that's another thing too, like fake spiritual people. Religion, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. You're not religious or spiritual, because religion means real, or religios means realigning with the divine. That's the original religion. Of course, I get modern day religion, you know, the whole fucking, you know, that whole shit, you know, the deception. However, you know, and the main thing is Christianity, but there is ancient Christianity that is real. There, you know, there is you know what I'm saying? It's like this. The Council of Nicaea could have took fucking Lord Krishna and made Jesus out of that motherfucker. So everybody, you know, if they would have did that in that timeline, everybody in America would be saying, "Oh Lord Krishna, oh Lord." You fucking get it here, mate. So it's like that. They just took that mythology and twisted it to the point where it's like, you know, and then even in that, you know, you get people in this fake spiritual community that, you know, that twist these shits and shit like that, you know. But we're gonna get into that later. But once again, you tune into what you turn into. So it's like, you know, if and I'm gonna do a video on this later too. Like, we seeing now really who's on a real true spiritual path and who's not. Like, seriously, we're seeing who's on a real true spiritual path and who's not, because of the internet, because of AI and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? We're really seeing that. We're really fucking seeing that shit. We're really fucking seeing that shit. A lot is being exposed, a lot is going down, and, you know, it's due to it's due to, you know, like I said, when I studied this fucking when I first studied this back in 2000, when was this, 2014, you know, like me, like how I got into this was like, I started out, you know, I like dub and dubstep, so I started out like in the whole Rastafari thing, like listening to music and shit like that, and then I got onto the Rastafari sabbatical. You know, it was teaching, like they had the daily portions out of the Torah and shit like that. So I was like, okay, I was reading that. And then I got into the Magic of King Solomon because it was talking about the Queen of Sheba, the King Solomon. So I was like, what's that? So I got into that. And then, you know, it's like, that's a true spiritual and scholarly evolution other than hopping and jumping. That's why I'm so glad I don't consider myself, I'm not a part of the spiritual community on YouTube. My spiritual journey is not fucking YouTube. It's not any of this shit. It's not any of, you gotta be really truly set apart. I'm not any of these fucking wankers. Not, I don't say everybody is like that, but most of them. These new agey, wacky, cocksucky motherfuckers, the dumb black nigger conscious community. I'm not a part of any of that fucking shit. It's all fake. It's all controlled. It's not. They're not teaching you nothing. It's literally. This is what I don't get about certain people. And these days, people calling people NPCs, but you don't notice. But you can't. You don't have the Kavvanah or magical intention or the meaning or concentration or devotion to see through the false prophet. That you're literally doing the same thing you did back before 2020. Motherfuckers still talking about the same shit and doing the same shit. So, you know, once again, whoever fixes something in his mind with perfect fixation will find that the essence will turn to him. And with me getting into this is good example too. You know, I don't like use myself as an example. I don't know braggadocious fuck shit. You know, it's just, you know what I'm saying. I want to show motherfuckers that this shit is more than, you know, how do you put it? You know, just give you an example. When King Solomon said he'd rather have the Holy Spirit or the divine feminine, the real true divine feminine. We're gonna get into that later, like way later. You know, other than the gold, that is the gold. You see what I'm saying? It's like how do I put it? It's like you know how in those old like dungeon crawler movies, like fucking Indiana Jones, you know, or something like that. Like there's a room with a whole bunch of gold in it. Then there's a room with you know, it might be like a dagger with a rusty dagger, but the dagger was used for something holy or something. I don't know. Just to give an example. But somebody who's in their ego, oh, I want to go, fuck that. And they go and step on the fucking plate and a fucking boulder come down and crush their shit. See, it's the same thing here. Yeah, most people, they choosing the other shit. And you know, and when reality hits, because I'm trying to tell you, man, some shit is gonna go down. And whoever doesn't have this magical intention, who's whoever not truly set apart. And this is the thing about you know, think about this, and one reason why I keep going teaching this to also possibly deprogram people out there from that star seedy, new agey, cocksucky, faggot, fuck ass cult shit. Seriously, the positive, the toxic positive, fucking whack ass, cocksuck ass, loser, weak men, ugly women. See what I'm saying? Like that whole sphere, and that whole sphere is meant to get people off of the Kavvanah, off of their true magical intention, off of their true purpose. Yeah, we're starseeds, we're this, we're Pleiadians, and fucking Syrians. No, you're the fuck not. No, you're the fuck not, man. There's no mythology, and see, this is what I'm saying here. This is what I'm saying here. The ancient, this is and that. You know, these new people who have come in and teach this wrong shit just for their own little fucking game. You know, it's like they're saying the ancients are stupid. I'd rather believe fucking what the ancients say other than what the fuck Zachariah bitch ass Stitcher say. I'd rather believe what the ancients say, other than what fucking Billy Carson says. I'd rather, you see what I'm saying? And we have old teachers that used to do that shit. That still, you know, they still got the content of, you know, C. Freeman L., Bobby Hemming. You know what I'm saying? You know? Hell, even brother Panic would do 9-hour lectures. Just, like, nigga, off of one chapter in this fucking, out of fucking books, man. Like, just one fucking chapter. He would do 9-hour lectures breaking shit down. Of course, he'll be talking about, like, his life story and shit like that, but he's reticent to this. And it's like, most of the people, and this is why, like, you know, this is why I really wish to get as many people off that shit and onto the real, true, magical intention, what we're talking about here. You know, people talking about, damn, I hope I run out of space on this shit. Hope I run out of space. Hey, on a side note, anybody trying to run up into some fucking, let's do some Final Fantasy VII shit, blow up all the AI data centers, so we can fucking, so SSD cards can be fucking, lower the prices of shit, some fucking computer parts. Damn it, I shouldn't have said that. I forgot. Fuck. I'm on fucking shit, fuck ass YouTube. I'm not gonna actually fucking blow up some fucking AI data centers, YouTube. Don't fucking take all my video. I'm just joking. Jesus fucking Christ. Or maybe I have to say, oh yeah, it's not, YouTube is not ran by humans. I gotta talk like an AI. AI, stupid motherfucker. Don't take down my fucking video. I was just fucking joking, okay? Don't take down my fucking video. I'm gonna come over there and unplug your fucking ass, okay? Anyways, fuck. Yeah, I hope I don't run out of fucking space. But anyways, I like I said, I wish I would get more and more people off that shit, because it's like, man, it's like, it's great. Like, when you really get into this, really get into magic, you become a strong, wise, courageous person. And to see, like, people like, you know, dumbass brother Rich, his bitch ass, his pussy ass, got a fucking little short video with Billy Carson dumbass talking about the star seeds that don't like Earth. Like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck, dude? Like shit like that is just so, like, what the fuck? And the reason that is because their Kavvanah, or their intention, or their concentration and devotion is focused not only on fake ass fuck shit, the star seeds and the Anunnakis, and you know, and we was born from the pussy of an alien, and then the fucking aliens came down and they took the monkeys and they shoved the monkey up the bitch pussy, and she had the fucking alien baby, and it became a monkey fish frog. Anybody? Like that shit on South Park where Mr. Garrison was like, man, I gotta taste fucking evolution. Yeah, we came out of the water with some fucking monkey fish frog. It's like they mix evolution with, it's like these fake quantum reality star seedy fuck niggers. Like they're mixing like blasphemous fake mythology with fake science. Like they're mixing evolution, like, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't even say that in the text. When I read, and we're gonna make a video on this too. When I fucking read, especially the mythology on the Anunnaki, where the fuck y'all getting spaceships from? When I read that shit, I see a whole fucking, like, Dungeons and Dragons, Baldur's Gate, fucking, like, jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're trying to make it out of this damn starseed fucking Star Wars shit. They had spaceships and pew, 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 pew. And then they say, oh, they didn't practice magic. It was technology, because technology would be like magic to primitive people. So in essence, what they're saying is, like I said, they're saying the ancients were stupid people. They were fucking dumb. No, they fucking wasn't, man. Just look in India, bro. How the fuck did they build that shit? You can't be no dumb fuck building that shit, man. We're making that shit. But no, the aliens and the Anunnaki came down and taught the Indian people how to build Fucking those buildings. No, the fuck they did. Come on. What the fuck? Come on, bro. Oh, thank you for making my building today. Oh, it looks really good. Looks really good, eh? Like, what the fuck, man? That didn't happen. And yes, every mythological story does say, you know, beings came from on high and they got in like vehicles and shit, but it's not like Vimanas and shit like that. But it's not like some Star Wars. What the fuck? Odin does not have to cross the fucking Rainbow Bridge in a goddamn spaceship. Well, these days he's probably got a Harley Davidson, listen to fucking Mastodon or some shit. This forest is growing faster than I can tell. You know. But, you know, Hecate don't need a fucking spaceship to travel the realms. What the fuck? Yemiya don't need a spaceship to go up under the waters. Like, even with that shit, man, these bitches fuck. I'm getting into that shit too. These bitches fucked up today, dog. Even with that, like, people twisting mythologies. Where the fuck in the mythology does it say Yemiya is a mermaid and she likes all fucking mythological creatures of the sea, like sirens? Those evil ass shits. What the fuck? Sirens? Like sirens and mermaids? Like, what the fuck? Even the Jamaican woman down, like, even the Jamaican woman that lived like by the, you know, she got her little hut or whatever by the fucking water. She'll even tell your ass, don't go by the water at night, man. You go over there by the water at night, you're not come back. I'm not gonna look for your ass either. Like, what the fuck? With mermaids and this and that, like, once again, the play shit. Most people's magical intention or Kavvanah these days is focused on fucking play ass shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You know, play ass shit, play ass shit. Celebrities and this going on, what this and that. Like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck, dog? And try to mix in like who, what fuck nigga, man? We gonna get into a lot of this later on, but what fuck nigga, man, watches the fucking Super Bowl and all this shit and connected to spirituality? Like, that's something spiritual for us. That's why I say I am not a part of the spiritual community on YouTube or any other social platform. This is the Alchemist Lab. What the fuck? Nuh-uh. We're not doing that. I'm not with those fucking wankers. I'm not with them. We're not doing that. My magical intention is not that. My magical intention is on knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of creation. Not fucking like, time something happened out there. Here come these niggas. Here come these bitches. Saying shit, mixing shit up. Like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? Like, what in the bloody wanking fuck does Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty, those fucking niggers, gotta do with my magical intention and all this shit? At times something happened out there. Here go these niggas, these fake ass thing on the spiritual talking about it to get views and shit, because they don't have a true magical intention. If you have a true magical intention, true Kavvanah, you do not give a bloody wanking fuck about that shit or anything that goes on out there. What the fuck, man? I don't give a fuck. And real niggas don't give a fuck about that shit, man. It's just, come on, bro. You see what I'm saying? But if you are able to concentrate on one thing to the exclusion of everything else, you will attract the essence of this thing. And if you make a connection with it, you will be able to change it. Most people cannot direct their thoughts and cannot keep one thing at a time in their mind. They want one thing and its opposite. They want one thing and its opposite, and therefore they achieve nothing. They want one thing and its opposite, and therefore they achieve nothing. They want one thing and its opposite, therefore they achieve nothing. Fuck, man. Like I had to read that over and over again. Praise the Lord. That's how I praise the Lord. Fuck, man. Like, that's so true. That is so true. And me getting into game design, solo game design, that is very fucking true. Like, you know, I can make music. taught myself that. I mean, of course, I've been doing that since I was little. Like, game design was shit. You know, it's like, goddamn, you gotta be concentrated, focused, you know what I'm saying, and doing different things, learn the engine you're using, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't expect to be making my 2D game right now. I didn't expect to be making my 2D game right now. You know, I was gonna wait till later to do it, but I found RPG Maker. I was just fucking around in that, you know, doing some quite disturbing shit in there, just fucking around, you know what I'm saying? Because it just reminded me of like the old mod tool sets, like living in a nice and whirlwind and shit like that. When I used to mod for that, I still do, you know. I was like, oh shit, you can do some pretty advanced stuff in there. So, you know, start doing advanced stuff in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and shout out to people that watch my live streams on that, you know. You know, people ask like, damn, how the fuck did you do that? Yeah, like, just, you know, once again, just concentrate and following the fucking instructions. Like, we coming to a day now where people can't follow instructions, can't concentrate, can't think. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what the fuck? It's getting bad. But anyways, and this why I don't do any of this, bro. I do not get on this fucking phone. I just use this shit for emails, bullshit, whatever. That's it. I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying? People live on that shit. And some of y'all favorite spiritual teachers be on that shit 12, 13 hours a day. Then talk about people in survival mode. A false prophet or a fake spiritual person is the main motherfucker in survival mode. Is the main motherfucker that's in survival mode. Because you gotta thrive off of ignorance. You live and feed off of ignorance. You gotta keep people ignorant. See what I'm saying? They even gotta keep themselves ignorant of truth and different things, because if you know, it fucks their head up and all this other stuff. Because you see what I'm saying? But man, they want one thing and its opposite. Therefore, they achieve nothing. Once again, going into this, you know, and this is what motherfuckers do. It's like, you know, give you an example. Somebody who, you know, they go to the mosque every day to pray, but when they leave the mosque, they eat pork chops and shit. That's not gonna work out. That's not gonna work out. That's not gonna work out. Even with this, there's people who pretend they're on spiritual journeys, but they're on the internet and shit, you know, false prophets and stuff like that. Like, you know, and then doing all this subversive shit. It's like, and then they talk about it's all for, once again, their magical intention. We're gonna get to that too. Their magical intention is called the Yetzer Hara, or the evil urge. Their evil urges, you see what I'm saying, are their magical intention. You see what I'm saying? And, you know, where was I going with this? They want one thing and its opposite, therefore they achieve nothing. So it's like, you know, how is that gonna work out? Once again, like people, shit cut off, but people think these guys and goddesses are like some esoteric metaphorical thing, and it's like this. Yes, it is, but don't these fucking wankers always use the universal law and shit to make themselves look a certain way on the fucking internet? But they don't. But by the time universal law happens in reality, they deny it. As within, so without. You say it's esoteric, it's also exoteric. You see, this is why old girl can't practice fucking Yoruba no more. Because when you, once again, going back to, you know, the Muslim going to the fucking mosque, but that motherfucker going home frying a whole rack of goddamn pork chops and eating them and shit, it's not gonna fucking work out. You know? She can't practice fucking Yoruba no more because the goddess she's supposed to uphold don't like what the fuck she's doing. Yeah, I bet these motherfuckers wish y'all was a metaphor for your fishy ass fucking vagina. Anyways. So, it gets into this thing right here. It's called the. I wonder what is this prayer called? It's called the. It's getting into like a. And then it gets into like old English, but it's basically this shit. You know, you got to do this, and you imagine the lights above your head. Let that joint focus. Let that joint focus. Come on, focus, man. Focus. Focus. You know, this camera doesn't have good Kavvanah, so it's not gonna work real good. But these lights, these orbs around the body, you imagine those, and you say, like the one at the top, it says, "Catch her hot orb, a crown of light." Then or tov, good light, and all that shit. So, therefore, if thou prayest or speakest a blessing, or if thou want to focus, man, I've been fucking reading and typing old English for a long time. I'm tired of reading this shit. Cause in my game that I'm working on, it's like medieval type shit. It's like basically like Daggerfall, but in third person top down view Daggerfall. You know, and I've been typing like old English shit. I'm tired of fucking reading this shit. If thou hast prayest, if therefore if thou hast prayest and speakest a blessing, or if thou want to focus on something in its truth, visualize with thy mind, thou art light, and everything around thee is light, and from every corner and from every side shines light. So, you know, it's like an exercise in our prayer to focus your Kavvanah. Another one is the Qabbalistic cross. That's basic and easy, you know. But you know what though? In today's time with what's going on, people just on the internet saying shit, I don't even think they have the mental capacity or concentration to even do the Kabbalah cross correctly. And that's not even no joke or nothing. A top about cool thing, bro. They could do Amen. Draw the pentagram. Raphael. Draw another pentagram. Mikael. All this stuff. Air, water, fire. Draw the fucking 6-rate star above me. I don't think people nowadays be able to do that shit. Whack ass motherfuckers on the internet. So, only if you know how to concentrate on the truth of the path of light through the devotion of your thought and of your will that connects you to the divine will, you'll be able to perform this miracle. What's the miracle talking about? Because it's going to this prayer. Okay, here it is. And from its perfect glory comes will, peace, blessing, peace, life, and all good who keep the way of its unification. But those who stray from its light, the way the light is hidden and turns over to the opposite way and appears as rebuke and reproof. So it's talking about that. So the more you are able to attract the influence of the unmanifest, the stronger the Kavvanah becomes. And they talk about the divine influx, the Shifa. So let's read some of this right now. It fulfills everything and works. You know, we can start up here. By the power of the Kavvanah, everything and every work can be accomplished according to the will of the Kabbalist. Note that the text describes the interaction of will, power, or mind form. In order to do so, you must learn to differentiate between that which comes from the limited world and that which comes from the divine source. This means you must learn to differentiate between the needs, desires, thoughts, and limitations of your mortal self and the divine from which all things come. In this way, you can ascend above these limitations and reach a level of spiritual depth that enables you to neutralize these limitations by connecting to the light of the One, which is beyond human understanding. We must ascend by striving step by step up Jacob's ladder until we reach a point at which we can unite our intentions with the divine source. For indeed, the divine influx is like a strong fount, never ceases to flow, but only if he is careful in his approach to the highest will in the matter, that he clothes the highest will in the will of his aspirations. There we go. Oh yeah, that's cool. So You know, we're gonna get into ethics next on this part. You know, ethics next in this part. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. You know, like they say, intention is everything. So, you know, I would say, and you know what? Now that I look back at it, a lot of people that over the years, this past 10, 12 years, dude, a lot of people that was fake, you don't see them no more. And then that's about what's about to happen this year and next year, because once again, it talks about it. I just fucking read it. Just fucking read it. But those who stray from its way, the light is hidden and turns over to the opposite way and appears as rebuke and reproof. So it's just like, you know, it talks about in the Wisdom of Solomon, those who wait at the gates for the Ruach HaKodesh, or the Holy Spirit, or what they call it, Divine Feminine, she's always there. You see what I'm saying? And going back to it, basically that's the best analogy, man. That's why I always say, you know, the Muslim eating pork chops but going to the fucking mosque, that's not gonna work out. You see what I'm saying? That's not gonna work out. It's totally not gonna work out. You know? Another good example is like you know, this is why I like this shit dangerous, bro. These fake teachers, man, for real, bro. This shit dangerous, because, you know, I just do this, you know what I mean? You know, and let's say I'm a, you know, middle path practitioner, you know what I mean? You know, but when you look at it from a whole spectrum, you know, when you look at some of these, like, and they're totally fake, like, because it's like and Brother Panic talked about this, and that's why you know, and that's what amazes me, is these fucking niggas is the epitome of what Brother Panic was talking about. You know, the epitome of what Brother Panic and Bobby Hemmett was talking about. You know, Brother Panic would just like give, like you say, just giving information. But as soon as, you know, and they did the same thing with Bobby Hemmett, just giving information, like what y'all doing? They associate this fucking symbol of the Baphomet with Brother Panic and Bobby Hemmett. But they're just giving the only thing, and this is what they taught when it comes to that symbol. It was created by Elvis Levi in the 1800s. But with different people's, once again, fucked up Kavvanah, or magical intention, you know, Baphomet and Paul, and, you know, get into all these other so-called dark things, like, you know, and there's a lot of those dumb fucks who try to practice the Goetia, like, in the Summon of 72. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Bilal is the master of lies. But in order to be the master of lies, you have to dwell in truth. And especially in these times now, I'm gonna tell you right now, hey, some of them spirits don't like ignorance, or ignorant fucking people, or dumb fucking people. You see what I'm saying? So you got this influx of people like going into different stuff. They don't know what the fuck it is and what the fuck you're doing. You just listen to somebody else say it. You know, just like the Jezebel spirit, beta male cuck boy, sleeping fool, call himself Dreamwise, but he's sleeping fool, is telling you, this is once again the epitome of what Brother Panic and Bobby Hemmett was talking about. You know, these dumb celebrities, and they taught this too. Like, what the fuck? This is what I'm saying. Like, what the bloody wanking fuck, though, bro? What the fuck? When they do it, when the slaves do it, when these so-called celebrities do it, when the slave does it, like that whole fucking all that shit. For one, they're showing you that they're a slave. Two, they think they're better than you because you're not in their club. And three, a whole host of fucking shit, man. You know what I'm saying? They're talking a lot of different stuff, but you know, Jezebel boy with once again fucked up Kavvanah, fucked up magical intentions. You can't call it magical, fucked up intentions. Gonna tell you when Cardi B is wearing a Baphomet outfit or Beyonce wearing a Baphomet outfit, we should look at their pussy and ass and all this shit to get some Baphomet energy. What the fuck is that? The fuck is that, man? That's y'all. That's y'all. See what I'm saying? But for the people that want to really learn this shit, like real magic, not manifestations, we're manifesting. See, when you get on the real spiritual path, dude, and you really, get into this, you don't need to manifest anything. Manifesting. You're manifesting. I'm manifesting. Some of these cocksuck ass new ager fuckers are still trying to watch. It's like a cult, bruh. Still watching the same dumb losers telling the same shit over and over. You're still trying to manifest the same fucking bullshit. We're manifesting. We're on a high vibration. My frequency is high. I like grapes in my mouth. My vibration is high. Fucking walking dildos. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, man? My vibration is high. I ain't knowing my vibration. Man, maybe, I don't know, man. Maybe these motherfuckers are some robots. Some bioroid motherfucking robots hooked up to that goddamn D-Wave computer they got goddamn down the street down there and fucking wherever the fuck, bumfuck, fucking Maryland under the ground, wherever the fuck they dumbass in SA is. Maybe that's why that nigga B-Dale be talking like that. The frequencies and the vibrations of the metaphors of the Anunnaki that came down, that came within, and it went up to the sky, that came down, and then they manifested as 144,000 on Earth, and then the frequencies came from the moon, and it came down from the sky, and this and that. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, shit crazy, bro. They put any and everybody in front of y'all. Y'all just sit there, just slopping it up, just like the other old boy. Fucking nigga look crazy. Nigga look wild, bro. It's and when you have, and if you have a real true study and you listen to these motherfuckers, it's like they're literally not saying anything. It's like they went and like watched a couple of videos, looked up a couple quick shit, possibly on the AI shit, and then they get on these podcasts and start saying shit. Like old boy talking about some fucking, what are you talking about? Fucking Gnosticism. That is not what Gnosticism is. Like, what the fuck? They put characters in front of y'all. What the fuck? These talking about some in the demiurge coming here. I'm like, what the fuck? Did this nigga just say like like, what the fuck, dude? Like, but y'all like it. You slop it up. You know what I'm saying? Just like that line in motherfucking Demiurge by Meshuggah. Sucking vomit. Acting like it's honey. You know what I'm saying? But he said it like, sucking vomit. Acting like it's honey. Deep ride of life. Fuck. I ain't been to a heavy metal concert in a long time. I'd probably be like Jim Brewer in that joint. Oh shit. Oh man, we going over here now? Okay. Alright. Oh god damn, the stage is that way, but okay, we can go this way. Alright, fuck it. But anyways, fuck man. And that's exactly what it is. Like, I don't see how motherfuckers just like that shit. You know what I'm saying? But, if I make a video, and I'm gonna continue to do that shit, I don't give a fuck. But if I make a video about your favorite little false prophets and shit, I get comments on those videos. But on videos like this, where I'm teaching shit, I don't get comments. Why? Because this shit is boring to the mind of a person who doesn't have scholarship, who don't know scholarship, who don't want scholarship. It's just quick fix dopamine shit. You see what I'm saying? Quick fix dopamine bullshit, boy. But ethics. Some people hesitate to use magic for personal benefit, but we know from scripture that both prophets and the ancient sages used their powers to help and heal those they loved, doing so with the blessings of Elohim. And that's another thing too, bro. People just don't know shit. They just copy what other people are saying. They don't have a real true study. The Bible says everything is witchcraft. No, the fuck it no. No, the fuck it no. And if you read the story once again, bro, if you read these different mythological stories, they're nothing but it's just a fucking Baldur's Gate, Dungeons and Dragons type story, dude. Like it's fucking like that's where they get these stories from. It's Lord of the Rings. Like the Bible is literally fucking Lord of the Rings, man. What the fuck? Now I'm saying literally. Cancel that. Tolkien was a you know, he was an old world Christian. That's what Tolkien was. He was an old world Christian. He knew about elves and all that shit, and you know, and that's where you get your stuff from. And he knew about Carl Jung, and you know, it's people are stupid these fucking days, man. People are fucking stupid these days. But anyways, it's a fucking story. The reason why I was saying like stuff, there was a lot of okay. There are evil fucking beings on the earth. There are monsters. If you read the story, there are monsters and giants on the fucking earth. So you can look at the God of the Bible. That you know they talk about something. It's an angry man in the sky. No, it's not. It's something like Gandalf from Lord of the Rings, guiding the people away from the fucking monsters and teaching them how to fight the giants and the monsters and shit. What the fuck? But angry man in the sky, but these little dope-heady, dopey, bummy, dusty ass, false prophetess ass, whack ass, man-hating ass, got a problem with the own fucking man ass bitches be saying shit like that. See, this is the thing about it. It's like even on that note, they'll twist different stuff in the Bible and different stuff and different mythologies everywhere else. We can get to that later. I'm gonna show y'all something. They'll twist the shit, take the man out of the equation when the woman the divine feminine was already in the equation. They just don't have the eyes or once again the magical intention. Their magical intentions are fucked up already, so they don't have the eyes or the fucking Holy Spirit, ironically the real true divine feminine, to see. Because in this book right here, you can summon. It talks about in the name of Yahuwah summoning the sea goddess. It talks about the sea goddess. I summoned fucking the goddess Hecate out of this book. You know, a lot of shit, a lot of shit you can do in this book. It teaches you. I'm looking for that part. You know, it even talks about it's got a whole chapter in here dedicated to women in the Kabbalah. Women in the Kabbalah, angels in the Qabbalistic Magick, the vision of the Merkava. So I'm gonna show y'all. You see what I'm saying? So you got this whore of Babylon, Jezebel energy that's going around like to women, confusing them and shit, taking the male out of the equation when the divine feminine is already there. What are you talking about? It's already there. Just like old girl talking about, is the God of the fucking so-called, I don't want to call her Adonai the Oracle. I don't know what the fuck, but you know, that bitch is fucking saying the God of the Bible is only a female God, but it's not true. Yod, seed, hay, womb, wav, phallus, hay, womb, male, female, male, female, male, female creates the daughter and the son. Yod, hey, vav, hey. It was already there, but she's fucking twisting shit, mispronouncing shit, just trying to fit shit into her own, once again, into her magical intentions, twisting what the ancients say for her magical intentions. You see what I'm saying? Based off a whole, we gonna get to here, but I just want to give y'all an example. They're gonna show a dude talking about the Queen of Heaven. They taking the Queen of Heaven out of the Bible. Okay, once again, motherfuckers don't read. Where was Abraham from? Canaan. Canaan had 12 gods. But they were the gods. They were fucking deformed creatures of the fucking earth. They were fucked up. They was eating humans. They was sacrificing children. They was eating babies. Actual intentions is to play on the internet. But when it comes to the real shit, it's null and void. It's null and void. So, ethics. First, you must never use magic to fulfill the desires of the evil urge or the Yetzer Hara. That is the part in all of us that attempts to act against divine law. In other words, you must never use magic to harm anyone or to be the agent of your hate, malevolence, or jealousy. So, so all that shit about like, really, you know, when you're cursing somebody, you really curse yourself. And I know that from experience. Not that I've never tried to curse anybody or anything like that. I don't do that shit. Because when you do that type stuff, like cursing people and shit like that, especially if you go to a god, like just you know, and you see, I look at things from a higher perspective. These gods and goddesses are on a higher level than us, so they see everything. Like, you know, so it's like this. I can't see myself going to, you know, because of my own personal human hatred against somebody else. They have money. I don't want them to have money. I don't want them to do this. I don't want that. I'm going to go to this God and give these offerings because my human self don't want that person to do this because I'm this. And hey, Hecate, curse that person because I'm this and I'm that and they're this and they're that and I don't want them to have this. Curse that person. And Hecate look at me like, you dipshit, and they do this. You dipshitty, faggoty, cocksucky little fucking nigger. Why you calling me and doing all this shit because you a bitch basically and about this other person. That's basically what it is. And they do this. So that's why I don't fuck with curses and shit like that and shit like that, you know, because people that do that, I know this from experience. If you don't know what's going on with that whole situation I be talking about, that's what they try to do to me. But I study this, and I study many different cultures, and I study many mythologies, and I know that the gods and goddesses are real, and they see everything basically. So why do some stuff like return to sender? Hey, Hecate, you see that motherfucker? look at that shit. I laugh with the gods and goddesses. You know, when it comes to that shit, somebody trying to do something to you with magic and shit like that, they're, you know, they're showing that the universe that they're a weak fuck. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I don't do that. That's one major reason why I don't do that. Because, you know. Second, you must understand that because Elohim gave free will to humanity, it is not for you to take it away. Nobody can control anybody's destiny. You make you do human things as far as like slander their name, lie on them, defamate them, stalk them and shit, watch them, copy them, mimic them, mock them. But they're the cocksucker that's witnessed by the gods, mimicking, mocking, stalking, doing this fuck ass shit. So, you know, and they all say, well, God dwells in us all. Yeah. So if God dwells in us all, why not act accordingly? You know, God is watching you, right? Being a fuck nigga, right? Okay. Therefore, you must never try to use magic in order to interfere with anyone's free will, even if you think it is for the better of the person concerned. This means that it is unacceptable even to heal someone without their permission. I believe, however, that parents may decide this issue for children who are not of age and all that stuff. Third, always try to act in such a way that your actions are in harmony with divine will and make and make the world become a better place. So in harmony with divine will, in harmony with the divine influx. Last night, just to give you an example, I was working on my projects and stuff, and like I was like, man, I'm gonna chill and watch a movie or something. You know, I was just looking through some stuff. I saw something called Dragon Slayer, and I like old school 80s like fantasy movies. They're pretty good. That was pretty good, you know. And I'm watching that movie, and it's like, damn, man, you know, he had to, you know, he was talking about change the lead into gold and stuff like that. He had to do this and do that. You know, it was a good movie. But I say that to say this. I say all that to say that's what I'm talking about. Like manifesting, need to manifest something. Manifesting, like, it's so stupid. It's like, and then even that is hard. Like you always be led to where you need to go. If your Kavvanah is in act in such a way that your actions are in harmony with the divine will and make the world a better place. See what I'm saying? The ways of the world is not divine will. That is, yeah, it's happening. See what I'm saying? But the true divine will, that's what it means by, like, okay, the world is Satan, Satan's world, Satan's kingdom. See what I'm saying? The adversary's kingdom. So Yahushua, the Mashiach, says, be in the world, but not of the world. So we're in the world, but I'm not of that shit that goes on out there. I don't give a fuck about that. You get two wanking shit fucks about Charlie Kirk. I don't give two wanking shit fucks about Donald Trump and the Iran fuck-ass war. I don't give a fuck about these cocksuckers out here. Probably don't even fucking exist. And I could say, it seems, because see, when it comes to that, you're dealing with a bunch of psychopathic, freak-ass fucking people. So I could say, you know, Google has a bunch of these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers made by Google, and they're all robots. They gotta charge their ass up through a USB every morning. So that would, I mean, look at who we're fucking dealing with. You know, that could be a truth. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I don't care. Cause see, all that shit is staged. Now they're trying to bring all that stuff. Now all the fucking, you know, dumbass people on TikTok and everywhere are still talking about, oh, look at what Charlie Kirk is talking about. And Candace Owens. It's like, what, one minute that bitch say that nigga goddamn time traveler, the next minute that motherfucker say he fucking Gandalf. Like, that shit is so staged, bruh. It's fucking fake as hell. You know what I'm saying? Charlie Kirk was a time traveler, and then all of a sudden he was in a gate program, and he was like Gandalf or some shit. I don't fucking know. It's like, who gives a bloody wanking fuck? Fuck that shit. That shit is so fucking stupid, dude. For real, man. And you know, once again, your intentions, concentration, focus, all like on all that, it's not gonna get you nowhere in spirituality. Was it, you know, so going back to what I was saying, the process of trying to turn evil and imbalance in the world into harmony and goodness is what's called the Tikkun HaOlam, healing the world. We will learn more about this in chapter 27. Furthermore, never get involved with the powers or beings of the Caliphat. Unbalanced forces, as nothing good will ever come from them. That's what he's talking about, what I was just saying earlier. You know, motherfuckers who were on that like level, Brother Panic was talking about, the whole fucking Baphomet, yeah, Baphomet, you know, that whole stupid shit, you know, especially on that, oh man, if you're on his level, you most definitely should not fuck with anything. You shouldn't fuck with the greater, you shouldn't fuck with any of this, because none of this shit likes ignorance, especially the clothotic beings of the 72, they will fuck you up. Do not fuck with that shit. If you're how do I put it? If you're easily controlled by the ways of the world, because somebody like Bilal, somebody like fucking Sabnak and Paimon, King Paimon, they don't like the fucking Super Bowl. They don't give a fuck about Charlie Kirk. They don't give a fuck about any of this shit. The only thing they give a fuck about is gnosis. Is if you have the same will in Kavvanah that King Solomon had. They don't give a fuck about any of that other shit. Fuck with me now. Fuck with me now. So, these are the basic rules you must observe in every magical art. If you break any of these rules, you will eventually have to face the angels of severity and justice, or din, and be subject to their judgment. And you will. Yes, you will. Every culture talks about that. Why? Once again, going just like I'm gonna copy that African dude that said this shit. Don't worry. If you do something bad in this lifetime, you can be used as an example of what not to do. So the bitch can't practice Yoruba no fucking more. And you know why? Because him and y'all done gave her what? If you break any of these rules, you will eventually have to face the angels of severity and justice. Just like the Muslim going to the fucking mosque, then at home, that motherfucker frying up a rack of them pork chops. He will face severity and justice. Universal law, cause and effect. If I'm about to go fucking smoke this here backer and a little bit of this here weed here, I'm gonna be high as a motherfucker. What's the cause of me getting high? Me roll up this here backer and a little bit of this here reefers. You get high. Cause and effect, dude. Like every action has an opposite reaction. But see, this is where the delusion comes in with people and this whole crazy schizophrenic mindset. Once again, they want one thing and its opposite, so therefore they achieve nothing. Same old shit over and over. Same old bullshit over and over. Nothing new. You know, same old fuck ass tarot card readings. Same old stupid ugly bitch talking about she can read your natal chart. Same old fucking dumbass nigga. Same old dumb shit, bro. Same old shit, bro. Same old fucking shit. Why? Because they want one thing and its opposite, therefore they achieve nothing. And this is why it talks about never get involved with the power or beings of Qliphoth especially if you're not ready for that shit. You have a good concentration, you have a good mind. You know, dumbass motherfucker. Yeah, I'm copying these fake left-hand path motherfuckers, Baphomet and all this shit, but can't really go through the trials of Belial for real. Motherfucker might do a ritual and end up scrolling through their phone on TikTok. And King Paimon sitting there looking at this dumb fuck scrolling through his phone, But anyways, that's pretty much it. Going to end it here. Yeah, so that's Kavvanah and ethics. But this book has a lot of good stuff. Okay, we're gonna be showing some cool stuff in here. And I'll be doing. I'll show that later. I'll be doing a whole bunch of stuff out of this and other books. Damon Brand and people that work with him, they got some good books when it comes to stuff like this, especially with the letters and all that stuff. But man, thank y'all for once again tuning in. We got some more coming, and as always, see you in space, man.